WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users.
You're building the empire,
and we'll help you protect it.
Because even the most powerful women
still have trust issues.
Hey, welcome back to another episode, another edition of Trust Issues. I am your host, Erica Hall. I'm here with my co-host.
Yes, Attorney Urenia Ricks Johnson for Ricks & Associates. I'm glad to be here as your legal architect today.
Oh, the legal architect.
Yes, I'm the legal architect today, right?
That's a good lead-in because we're going to talk about designing as an architect. We'll continue the conversation, right? So, yep, I'm Erica Hall with EH Wealth Advisors. And this is your dream team. We're just talking about bringing it all together.
Yes.
And I know we're going to bring in some experts who are going to, or just folks who are part of our network. But I wanted to continue the conversation today if we could.
Let's do it.
We talked about continuing the conversation looking at life insurance.
Well, let's talk about
and how it is, it can be used to design the most elaborate or simple of plans. And getting into the estate planning, but life insurance is a powerful tool. Last time I talked about how, folks can, when you're dealing with estate planning or leaving a legacy, that's those $500,000, $1 million policies, right? And some people may say, well, I'm not going to be worth more dead than alive. I feel you. I feel you on that one. However, if your goal is to leave a legacy or to start some kind of estate plan or fund it for a couple of generations, that's how it's done.
That's how you fund it.
Yeah,
yes.
that's one of the ways. Yeah, one of the most effective ways.
Yes,
that you're able to do it, other than what you're building, throughout your life, but. I'm telling you, the office I used to work in, and those folks will come in there with $500,000 because grandma left them. This is their inheritance. And they will come in. Lifestyle hasn't changed. Same lifestyle. And going back to work, just put this money away for me. And as a matter of fact, use a portion of it to buy another life insurance policy for my children and grandchildren to come. It was something that was taught. That was ingrained.
And that's a way to keep it going. Yeah. That's a way to keep it going. And then from the attorney perspective, in the legal field, we call it a direct distribution, right? So with life insurance, we call this a very effective way to leave an inheritance or leave that legacy for the next generation. Because when I say direct distribution, it's a probate process, which means that you have to present the death certificate, but it just does not require you to do any additional steps beyond that in order to receive that direct distribution. It does not have to go through the courts, doesn't have to go through any process that needs to be complicated or even red tape. So that's the simplest way to give.
And it keeps it private, right?
And it keeps it private. Yeah. Those things so it's not public record. Like, so what someone receives from a life insurance policy is, like I said, it's not a public record event.
Yeah.
So it could be a direct distribution that you can leave that. But the main thing that I tell my clients all the time is that making sure that you notify your family members.
Are you reading my mind? I was just thinking
that they are to receive this life insurance policy because once again, there is a lot of $1 bills.
Yeah.
Within your state,
that
have been left for people that are heirs or beneficiaries
of those life insurance policies,
and don't know it. I could be an heir and don't know it. I could be an heiress.
Don't even know it.
Right?
And when you call the life insurance company, let's say you've left 3 people or 2 people as your primary beneficiaries. Your primary beneficiaries are the first set of people that they're going to go to distribute the monies
The
to
assets.
and typically it's likely that these funds will be inherited tax free.
Right. And most of the time that direct distribution, unless their estate is over a certain amount, is a tax free transaction.
Yeah. And let's say only one person knows that they are the beneficiary, and that person calls in and they say, okay, I'm calling in to get, claim this benefit. And the insurance company will say, okay, what's your name? They've identified you, and they're going to give you the amount that you will inherit. They won't tell you the whole all the information on the policy.
No, so it could be $1 million, and your third of whatever that $1 million policy or whatever that amount is. That's all you're entitled to receive.
And if the other people don't call in,
guess where it goes.
So this is why it's so important to share that information.
Yes.
Because we want to make sure that the plan is enacted, is carried out the way that it was intended to be carried out. And I know you're like, maybe, well, some people just don't need to know. If I tell my child or my niece that they're going to inherit my life insurance, they just don't need to know. Or
right.
But you can make provisions. You can make provisions for them to be notified.
Yes, and you can do that as well. You can make, but what I'm saying is that from any type of perspective, you need to make sure that they are notified. If you don't want them to know now, make sure your trusted advisor notifies them of that as well.
Yeah.
So that they are not, it's not left out there where we're trying to figure out the heirs, and it could end up being with your state. It does not matter where you live. There is a fund that has been set up called unclaimed property or some type of unclaimed assets, that these assets have never been claimed by people.
Yes, Michigan unclaimed property. Y'all look it up.
Yep, look it up, and we're gonna put that in our chat if people need to. If you here in Michigan or in your state, you have to get that unclaimed property. There is just put your name in. I've gotten money from off of there. It's definitely worth just to put your name on there just to see. So if you move from one place to another, you were expected a check and you never got it. Those things go to unclaimed property after a period of time. If that property is not claimed or that check is not claimed, then it goes to unclaimed property.
I've gone on there and put in my family members' names who have passed away, and their names are on there. And it'll be Mishcon, like companies that don't even exist anymore, or DTE refunds, a couple of life insurance policies. A lot of utility bill refunds I found on there, so it's worth checking out.
It definitely is worth checking. It's definitely worth checking out. But the life insurance is a simple way to leave that legacy.
Yeah,
you can do that, and like you talked about, people funding from generations to generation. That's a way. It's definitely a way to build wealth.
Yeah,
and even now, when it comes to those policies, you can have it where it can build over a period of time. If you assign it to your state, you can leave provisions and say, hey, I want it to go when this person reaches a certain age, or if they, like we talked about in our previous episode, about if you want to make them take a financial literacy class, if you want to make them do something to in order to receive this, you can do that within that life insurance and assign it in a certain way. So there are things that you can do with that asset or those monies in order to make it effective and to go on from generation to generation.
Yeah, I really want to emphasize the importance of it, because for some reason we still carry this stigma when it comes to life insurance. Yes. And there are companies out there who they push, don't even invest in life insurance, maybe buy a term policy and invest in something else, right? But when it comes to designing how you want things to go, like, for example, if you own a business and you got a business partner and you all want to make sure that if either one of you were to pass away or have an untimely death, that you don't end up in business with their family. or that you're able to continue the business, especially if your business partner was an essential part of the business. You can use a life insurance policy on one another. We call it, a buyout or a key man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a buy-sell agreement that you get to use that insurance policy to buy their interest in the business and pay off their family, or give their family some kind of benefit.
So you don't have to worry about about their family. Once you pay off the family actually inheriting that. You may not want that family member to be operating the business with you. So you can have that policy where it pay you off for the whatever that value is, right? And then you can still keep that business going. But just to take it a little bit further, I know personally, when I transitioned from into private practice, one of the tools that I used in order to help build my business was a whole life policy.
Really?
Because of the fact that I was able to take out money throughout the year, the cash values throughout the years, in order to help to fund some of the things from ground up building. So it could be used as that tool as well.
Yes.
So that, I did it when I was, younger. So then that way I could pull out money if I needed. If it was not a good year for the firm be building, I could take those things out so that way I could still build with those funds. So it could be a strategic tool.
Yeah, life insurance. Yeah. You can life insurance. People are not as either informed or they don't favor life insurance as an investment tool. But it can be a part of your design.
It can.
And why, there are some times that you may want to use life insurance policies or permanent policies as somewhere to shelter funds. It's another can be another tax.
It's a tax-free thing that happens at that time when you take those funds out, right?
Yeah.
And did some research on, it's a lot of companies that actually use those major companies that use those policies to fund different projects, different things, because of the non-taxable transaction that happens during that time. So it can, like you said, it can be a wealth building tool.
It can be definitely a part of your design. You want to know all the ins and outs of the policies. Like if you took it out during your, while you're alive as the policy owner, it would be a policy loan.
Yes.
And that keeps it, you're borrowing money from yourself. That's become a big strategy.
Right.
As I think you were talking about, they call that be your own bank.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You can also use the policies if you wanted to just build your net worth. The cash value that's in life insurance policies they go in your asset column when you have a permanent policy, right? And so you can put policy cash value up for collateral. So let's say you're an investor and you want to use other people money, and they say, okay, well, we want to use, this is a big investment. Is there something you can put on collateral, or you don't want to use your house? You can use your life insurance policy, and you can do a collateral assignment. So, I mean, there are a number of things that you can do. So we can't just use these cliche terms and just say, no, don't use an insurance policy for an investment. When you're looking to do advanced strategies, you're looking to do not just advanced strategies, but when you're looking to use all of your resources, it can be a great resource for you to design your legacy or design what you're doing. So you have some other options.
Yes, and it helps it to be beneficial to you during your lifetime, to keep it going. Yes. But just understanding those. See, I didn't know those things growing up, or even early on, even in my business, until I researched and found those things out through doing that. I was able to build things. But
that's great.
Those things happen by us researching those things and not just seeing, because I just thought life insurance was just something that you just had just in case. And you just used it. But to also understand that you can design it and use it as a strategy, depending upon where you are in life, it can be definitely a great tool for you.
I love that word design, because in my first life, my second life, the second company I was with, that's all we did was design policies. And when I say design, I mean, you tell me what your goal is. With a policy, your goal may be pure protection. Pure protection. I don't need a cash value in there. I need a whole lot of insurance and I don't want to pay a whole lot of money. That's when you buy a term.
That's term.
Or you don't have a whole lot to put towards a life insurance policy. That's when you buy a term. But if you tell me, well, not only do I want the protection, but I want a saving. I want some cash value to build up in there. And this is about how much I need, but I want it to build up quickly. And I have right now I can sock away a lot, or I have a lump sum that I can put in there, or I just want to do a 10 pay. And so we can design it so that it's earning a certain amount over a certain amount of time, so that by the time you make the last payment, based on how much it's going to grow over this period, this is how much it's going to be when you turn 60 or when you turn 55 or in 20 years when you're ready to make a big transition from living in Michigan to living in Florida
down
right?
south,
Right? Becoming a snowbird or something like that, then you can, or, you can
Whatever
design
your
your
phase
policy. Yeah, you can design your policies based on what your goals are. And so I just want to open it up because we talked about, we don't just want to be experts at spending. I think it's just so exciting to be able to use different investment and financial vehicles to put together different strategies based on your goals.
Right. And then understanding that you can use these tools and they can work for you, right?
Yeah.
They don't have to be something that's in the future. You can use those now.
Yeah, you
right?
can definitely start now.
Wherever you are in life, you can use certain tools in order to advance where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
So those things can be trusted, right?
Yeah, definitely. Insurance companies issue these insurance policies. These insurance companies have been in business for a long time, but you can look at their rating, their S&P, their Moody's rating, their Standard and Poor's Moody's rating, their AM Best rating.
Yes.
You can look at and the rating tells you their financial stability. Their track record of paying policies,
right,
of being, having the funds on reserve to pay,
right,
based on the number of policies they have out. They have all those ratings. Yeah, for you to pick and choose the companies. And when you're going to get a policy, you don't have to. You have a number of different insurance companies that we can go to and take a look at and see who has the best. They're trying to have the best bells and whistles for those people who are looking for the ability to design their own policy.
Right. And it's by design, and getting one that fits you may require you shopping it around, may require you to make sure it's the best fit for you.
Yeah.
And if we can provide any information today to help you to make sure that you get something that fits your needs and where you're going.
Yeah. Now I know we've been talking about this from a planning perspective, but I know we're going to bring on one of our network friends who's going to or one of our colleagues who's in the business, who has her own insurance agency, right? And she's going to go get down into the weeds about the qualifying and why you want to have it and all that kind of stuff. And I love it. So I urge people to listen, because just because you may have had some health issues, you may have never even thought about having insurance. You want to listen up. You want to think about it, how serious it is. If you have loved ones, right, you should definitely have a life insurance policy. If you're 20-something, you're 30-something, you can get some of the best rates. You can. Don't wait till you get older. I mean, when you're young, you get to, I used to say, you'll never be as young as you are today. Right. That's true. True statement. You never be as young as you are today. So get your policy.
And use it as a vehicle, and let it. And I encourage people to let it grow with you. Yeah. As you go, make sure that it still fits your needs. If you need to change it, upgrade it, downgrade it, things like that. These documents, these individual things, this design is supposed to be with you and grow with you.
Yeah.
You know, so let the design happen and you can build upon it. You know, even if you start at the foundation of basic things.
Yeah, they definitely
You know,
fit where you are.
You can definitely build upon it, but as you grow, as you mature, as you get into different phases, let these documents, let these key things that are happening in your life, make sure you have key people
Your dream team.
involved, your dream
Yes,
team
hello.
involved in your life to make sure that whatever phase you're in, that you have essential things. And we're saying today, one of the essential things is making sure you have life insurance.
Yes. So, I haven't told my children how much life insurance I have.
Okay.
But they do know that I have life insurance. They know that they're on the policy. They do know that I have documents and things in place and stuff like that. So, and then I make them get some insurance.
Right.
They're young, so they're just, they have the basic policies, but I'm going to make sure that I introduce to them as they're getting older, because now I have 4 grandchildren.
Okay.
Because now they're parents. Thank you. Now they're parents, and if you're a mother, a father, you're a parent with some young babies who depend on your income, it is the prudent thing to get some insurance.
Yes. And making sure that, and also understanding that minors cannot receive anything. So God forbid if you pass away, you left it for minors, you want to make sure that's where estate planning comes in. I have clients all the time there. They have, it was a mother-father situation. Mother passed away, but she actually named her minor children on her policies, right? And so what happens? Now we have to go to the courts to decide, and the father is mad. He's mad because he's just like, why are they making me go through this? Because I'm the father. Why do I need to go through all of this, right?
You got to prove that he's spending the money on their behalf.
Correctly. And all that court oversight costs money, as opposed to having it where it's assigned to your estate, assigned to your trust. You have a trustee that says, my children are minors now.
Yes.
When they receive a certain age, my trustee is, you have caveats for different trustees. If the husband passed away, whoever,
goodness.
You have those things in place. So that way those children are never left out there and never left for the court to decide when they get their money, how they get their money, and how much money they get.
Oh my goodness. That was a great point to bring up. As I was thinking about it, I wonder why the mom didn't leave the husband.
But she didn't think about it. She was just thinking about, I think she was just thinking about the fact that she had children. And I don't know what that dynamic was, right?
Right.
So you never know what that dynamic is. But regardless of what that dynamic is, even if you leave it to your mom to make sure, somebody
besides all you're thinking about is covering your babies. I want to make sure.
I'm make sure that it goes to my babies. Yeah. I want to make sure if something happens to me, which you think about in hindsight.
Yeah.
That's you want to make sure. I want to make sure, regardless of what happens to me, my babies are taken care of.
Yeah.
But from a legal perspective, those babies cannot receive any funds.
The insurance company is not going to send a check to a minor.
Right?
Yeah.
So what happens to those funds? Those have to be claimed by someone that is designated by the court.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you have the court involved and we talked about before how life insurance is a direct distribution.
Right.
Just presenting a death certificate and you can receive it if you can prove that you're over 18 and you're that person.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
But if you're less than 18 and you're that person, then you're leaving it up to the court to decide. That's a badly built design.
Yeah. We don't want to build bad designs. We want to build good designs. For our legacy. So, yes, if you're young today, in your 20s, your 30s, you're going to get some great rates.
Yes.
No help,
Yes.
You should be
but
still
make sure that
pretty good health.
even if you can't figure out how you wanted to do it, if you set up a plan and have it go to your trust or your estate, if you don't want to necessarily have a trust and just have it with your will, with the estate, you want to make sure that you designate an adult to handle that, because You avoid these fees, court fees. You avoid the fees when it comes to, because if there's nobody that's been designated, the court decides these companies are just waiting in the wings because they get paid big money.
They're going to find
they'll find a fiduciary, right? Someone that will oversee this.
There are companies that are set up at, like, all they do is they're a fiduciary. Yeah. They are a fiduciary. I can't get it out because I'm so excited. I get so excited about this mess, right? These companies exist just to be a fiduciary.
That means
they get to take a portion of your funds.
And a nice portion.
Yes.
A nice portion. So they are ready to take. So there goes the wealth that you have built. Now some of this is being taken with legal fees, fiduciary fees. All of those things are happening all at one time. So that money that could have been designated directly to the people that you wanted it to go to now incurs fees. So now you hear about the fact of the probate court took all the money.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. It was just a poorly designed plan.
Look, I'm thinking back to an earlier conversation that we had some time ago with a couple people. And we were talking about when people start businesses, they don't start the kind of businesses that we need, right? It was said, right? And, somebody started a business. They started a T-shirt company. They selling lip gloss. They open, and now you always going to need a barbershop and a hairstylist. However, when it's time to cut expenses or you get an inheritance, you are looking for people that, when it's time to cut expenses, those be the first businesses to go, right? The clothing or what have you, you're not shopping as much and all that kind of stuff. But when you do get an inheritance and you're looking for, or you need to make some financial decisions, those fiduciary companies, I've seen them, and they're not all looking like us. I mean, think about it. Start a fiduciary company. You just got my wheels turning, right? That's something that you need. And I say that because I was personally in a situation. Someone in my family was set to receive, they had applied for some benefits and they had been denied. And when they finally won the case and they were supposed to get all that back money, the company that owed them told them that, we're not going to send it to you. We're going to send it to a fiduciary, and the fiduciary has to dole it out to you. Well, my family member said, I already know a fiduciary. And they contacted me. And because I am a registered investment advisor, that means you have fiduciary status
in the financial. You are it.
Yes.
So you are the fiduciary company, right?
Yes. I'm saying, right. I'm coming roundabout. But they were able to have me set up the account. I had no idea that they were making, when you receive a benefit like that with the back pay and all that kind of stuff, and you have to go get a fiduciary, I said, that's a whole nother area of business.
Stream of
income.
A
whole nother industry. I'm just saying, I just want to put the word out there in the ether, in the air, because we need to understand that when it comes to managing wealth and business and starting a business, I hope we can talk about this a little bit more. Because everybody talks about trading time for money. We get that. We know how to spend money, but we're not really great at keeping it and moving it into the second and the third generation. Right. And I hope that's a desire of ours.
And I think that if we can help to make it a goal or put it at the forefront of people, I think people think about it, but if we can help people to put it at the forefront of their mind, I think that we're helping somebody.
It should be. I think that we need to get over our trust issues. See that flood?
There you go. We need
to get over our trust
and move it up on your list. Your list that you have, move it up
and become where it just become designer to be financially literate. So that's our goal. That's our goal is to reach as many people as we can with this podcast, because we want to help you. You have been focusing on how to build your empire, focusing on what to do. We're going to bring all of the different components that will touch your life financially, legally, spiritually.
Yes.
That's our pledge.
That's our plan.
Yeah.
And we are excited to do that. So we hope that you have gained some knowledge about life insurance, on whether or how important it is.
Yeah. We'll talk about it some more next time.
We will.
This has been some good stuff. We get ready to get out of here.
Okay.
We getting ready to go have some fun.
Let's do it.
All right. This is Erica signing off.
And Urenia signing off.
All right. Trust issues. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. All right.
Hey, my name is Joe Smith. I'm a filmmaker here in Detroit, and I watch WVTC and listen. Watch and listen. You got the eyes and ears, both.
Okay.
You ain't changing your mind now, have you?
We're about to be one big happy family.
I'm just hoping I can trust you to return my love.
I mean, as much as I know how to love.
Did you sleep with him?
No! This is toxic.
Don't become the thing that hurt you.
And what is that?
Bitterness.
I really needed you when Daddy died.
Girl, look, there you go with what you need. This not about you. Didn't you find God for that? I'm not here to meet your needs.
I understand that you love her. I get it. But like this, right here, this is toxic. Toxic? Man, who's you talking to like that?
And we're here at the Davidson High School for the first game of the season.
Look, I'm sorry, sir, but we will all run it for our lives.
Hope you enjoy being used, man.
Man, what? No. You better find someone else to play with, bro.
Come right. You both know you ain't about to hit nothing but a high note. You better sit down.
My Bible tells me that the wages of sin is death.
That's wages, honey, not wedges.
I know what it says, Miss Sunday School teacher.
I see that one is coming to the altar.
Now is the time.
Singing and praying with my mind.
Cut!
How you gonna cut singing and praying?
This is WVTC Detroit, your award-winning gospel internet radio station. We're bringing you the best in gospel music, live shows, and inspiring interviews. Like and share our page on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay connected. Your support helps us spread positivity and encouragement throughout the community. So whether you download our WVTC app, visit our website at WVTCDetroit.com, or join us on Facebook or YouTube, you will stay connected and entertained. Join our WVTC Detroit listener family today and tell your friends about us. Together, we can make a difference. WVTC Detroit, where gospel meets the community. Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.